The first plan that we want to talk about tonight is the Instructional Improvement Plan. And, no, not the accountability plan, the instruction, okay, all right. This is the Instructional Improvement Plan. This again was a very difficult plan for the people at central office to work on. It took us a while. I must say that right now we don't have someone that we actually say is the lead person on this. As we've, except the superintendent is obviously on the big picture of things, but a couple things are happening here with this. What we've discovered in this hard work is that, and this I think a little bit to Director Thompson and Director Goldberg, that the organizational design of the district isn't conducive to implementing this. That the functional plan and the work of the plan and the work and how the district office is designed, there's a disconnect between that, okay? So you will see some restructuring at the district office that's more compatible with getting the work done that needs to get done. That's one piece. The second thing is, and I won't get into a lot of detail with this, is that it also has given me as a superintendent a good opportunity to evaluate from an accountability point of view the work of the people at the district office. Okay? So two things. One, it has allowed me to have a good assessment of the quality of work by the district office, and it has also given me the ability to look at the organizational design of the district office. So those are two good things, I think, from us moving forward. We have two individuals that contributed to this plan that I just want to highlight. Kathy Williams, who is one of our directors, obviously is retiring, so that's one issue that we have to fill a void. And then our DIVI supervisor, Catherine Toomey, has been very instrumental in helping us this based on her knowledge of expertise, not looking at it narrowly as a DIFI plan, but looking at it broadly as how to move the district forward educationally. So the Instructional Improvement Plan focuses on system-wide curricular, instructional, and assessment practices to improve student achievement. The plan is grounded in the district's educational reform strategies begun over the last several years that are research-proven best strategies. So that's one piece, moving more research strategies into the district. These results also include recommendations from the Council Great City Schools report that came out. So they came out and did an analysis along with other research. So that's embedded into the plan. We've talked about the 6 capacity builders in the district, about having an instructional purpose and aligned, consistent curriculum, professional learning communities, shared decision-making, effective educational plans, and fiscal responsibility. And obviously that's still embedded in the plans. The other piece that's extremely important, and this gets back into the instructional practices. Based on the Wisconsin State teaching standards, we've developed the characteristics of a high-performing classroom. And that's really the guide through which, the lens through which we look at what's going on in the classroom. Having an active, engaged student learning, culturally responsive, high expectations based on the learning targets, strategic instructional choices, routine use of a variety of assessments, partnerships with families and communities, collaborations with colleges, and impassioned and engaged adult learners. So that's really the lens by which we expect all classrooms in the districts. So if you're in an arts-based classroom or a Montessori classroom, these are all the broad characteristics of good quality in all of those different areas. As part of the plan develops process, a needs assessment was developed based on a review of the district's most recent accountability data and district strategic metrics. And I'm not going to go through those metrics because we did that the other night, but basis that the things that we did were based on those metrics. To target the urgent facts, the Instructional Improvement Plan included 2 main goals. Obviously, student achievement and equity. Students attain high levels of achievement in core curricular areas and close the achievement gap between all subgroups. And all students provided with rigorous, comprehensive curriculum in reading, mathematics, aligned to state standards to ensure consistency in teaching, learning, assessment across all schools and grade levels. At a glance, overview of the goals and objectives are on page 24 of the plan. The Instructional Improvement Plan focuses on attaining key outcomes measured, identified, in districts working together, achieving more plan. Improve student achievement and close achievement gap in reading and math and science, as well as increasing the graduation rate. The strategic strategies are identified under each of the measurable objectives of the plan. Some of the key strategies are implementing high-level instructional strategies such as Marzano's instructional strategies. These are the famous Marzano's 9. The academic vocabulary, or Project CHRIS, to improve achievement and close the achievement gap. So let me give you another industrial design model for you to understand the changes here, okay? So we have people working in a factory, and we have people working on an assembly line. And we have people just putting widgets together, just boom, boom. You know, things come down the assembly line and they're just clicking. And there's not much thought process in it because you're just working on an assembly line. You're just punch pressing something and just working on something. And in a number of our classrooms in the district, and this is just, you know, knock on our district teachers, but the quality of instruction in some of those classrooms is really activity based, where children are it's directed instruction, where children are passive learners, where they're filling in worksheets, watching videos, and they're busy, but that level of learning is consistent, what I would consider someone just working on an assembly line, and not much intrinsic, really intellectual, deep thought thinking in learning. So by instituting the Marzano's 9s or Project CHRIS, those are really strategies to get children to be self-learners, to critically think, to analyze, to synthesize their work, and to be able to problem solve and be independent workers. So in my mind, that model is we're creating classrooms where teachers are designing the robots to do the work. That's a far different model than teaching kids to work on an assembly line and just punch a press. Do kids think, or do kids just do drill and practice? And that's the issue with dealing with some of the instructional strategies that we get, as kids may progress early on with those strategies, but when it gets to the 10th grade test scores, and you really have more of an intellectual stimulating question on the test, are kids able to comprehend and be intellectually stimulated enough to problem solve the answers, or are they still working in the rote mentality of what they were getting in the early grade levels? So these strategies are transformational from a learning point of view, both from the teacher's point of view, but also from the child's point of view. So things like Project CHRIS strategies or Marzano's 9 are really designed around giving the children tool sets to learn. That's a little bit different than giving the teachers tool sets to learn. But how do you get children to be independent learners in working in an environment? That's transformational for the district, and looking at kids so they have the competencies necessary to become graduates. So that's really our thinking in the district. Extended learning times in reading and math, implementing differentiated instruction to meet the needs of all students, provide additional support to the lowest performing schools, such as the Sci-Fi or Di-Fi supervisor working curriculum generalist, providing interventions for students not proficient in reading and math, aligning curriculum for literacy and math instruction for summer school, intersections and year-round schools, community learning centers, developing a consistent, rigorous, district-wide curriculum that is cultural relevant and aligned to state standards, implementing individual learning plans for high school students, providing guidance to complete school successful, and providing families with strategies and tools to support their children in education. So this instructional improvement plan is designed to really transform the classroom, the most important place in the district. And it's about creating the right teaching environment for children so they become transformational learners. It's more than just the content, okay? Because sometimes we're focused on teaching children the content, but are you teaching the children to be independent learners? That's transformational. And that's the piece where if you analyze the instruction in successful schools, that's what's going on. In the schools that aren't successful, there's a lot of activity-based work that's going on. So that's the Instructional Improvement Plan. And through our reorganizing the district, through our search for some additional people to fill some additional positions that we're looking at, whether that's both internally or externally filled, there will be differences going on in the district, just like we talked about with reading and these other things they were working on, to really significantly change the landscape and really give our children a valued education in order for them to be successful. So that's the Instructional Improvement Plan.